We're going straight for Toutatis. Look how beautiful. Quite enjoyable actually, but still a very rough coaster. In my memories, it was a lot more intense. Just fingers crossed, we're not too wet. Here we are again at Parc Astérix. We're going to have a fun day with some great rides such as Toutatis and such. So let's get inside and enjoy this really fun park again. Really great to be back because I'm of course here for Toutatis, which is the main reason to be here today. I'm here joined by Bart, Matthias and Wesley, and we're going to have a really great day here. We're going straight for Toutatis, which is of course the main reason we're here. Biggest ride in this park. It's a really great ride. I already did last time I was here in June last year of 2023. A really great coaster. So we're going straight for that one, as it's only 45 minutes now, which is not that long on a busy day like today. It's very sunny. It's a Saturday, very busy here. But let's enjoy this ride. There is one person, Wesley here. He has never been on Toutatis. He doesn't know what to expect. So I'm really curious to see how he will enjoy this ride. And here we are at Toutatis. The biggest ride in this park, an Intamin launch coaster, multi-launch coaster actually. A really great one. It's, by the way, it's not this one, this is the bobsled coaster, but it's that one there. And I'm really hyped for this one again because I really love this one. So let's start waiting in line. Okay, change of plans. 90 minutes, we're not going to wait 90 minutes for Toutatis. Let's do that one later. Let's get to something with less waiting time. Let's see. Alright, so we're not going to do Toutatis yet. We're going to start the day with probably something very different. The worst coaster in Parc Astérix in my opinion. The Goudurix 7 inversion looping coaster from Vekoma. We're really like one of the worst coasters in the world. Anyway, let's just do it. So that was our ride here on Goudurix. I have to say it was less rough than I remember. It used to be a very rough one last year. This year it was pretty okay. Okay, it's still not the best coaster in the park, but it was much better than last time. I enjoyed it a bit more, but still not really enjoying it. But anyway. How did you enjoy Goudurix? It was better than last time, right?
Yeah, new wheels.
New wheels, yeah, probably. Right, next ride. It's this guy. Look how beautiful. No, but we're going to ride Tonnerre de Zeus here, which is a wooden coaster. Let's enjoy this rather painful wooden coaster. Oh my god, the line is quite long. Anyway. Alright, so Tonnerre de Zeus, a really very rough coaster. You can see it on the video also. It was really a rough ride, especially also with the rain. It was a little bit rainy, so that was a bit wet and adding to the rough experience. But anyway, it was actually better than last year, because last year it felt like a very, very rough ride, a bit painful also. This time it was still very rough, but not as painful actually as last year. It was quite enjoyable actually, but still a very rough coaster. It's a lot rougher than Wodan, for example, but I like Wodan more than this one. But anyway, it was enjoyable this time. Beautiful. Okay, and since it's raining, or since it was raining actually, it's not very busy at the water rides. We're going to do some water rides here. I'm not really in the mood to get wet actually. But anyway, let's just do it. Ready to get wet. It will be with it will be without a poncho. It will be without a poncho, but anyway, fingers crossed we will not get too wet, but we'll see. Alright, so that water ride was kind of wet. Wesley, one in our group, was pretty wet, as you can see. But anyway, we're going to do the next water rides. We're just going to start with the water rides, and then afterwards we can dry the whole day. Next water ride is last time it was a really wet one. It used to be Grand Splash. I don't know what the name is now. It's something with pirates. It has been renewed this year. So let's check this out, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it's not as wet as last year. But if it's as wet as last year, I'm going to be soaked. But anyway, let's just see how wet we'll get. Alright, second water ride done. Not as wet as last time. Last time it was way more wet. They kind of rethemed the ride a bit, so there were a few new elements. But overall, I think with maybe the weather, which is not that great, they turned off a lot of water effects. But some water effects still worked. They were kind of wet, but anyway, overall it was not as wet as last time. And it was maybe a little bit boring, maybe, because there was like only one really wet water moment. The rest was pretty tame, pretty boring actually. But anyway, let's go for the next water ride. Someone is already quite soaked here, as you can see.
Yes, wet pants.
Wet pants, yeah. I'm not sure what we're going to do the lock flume. I was not sure in which line I was actually walking, but we're going to do the lock flume. Hopefully not too wet, but we'll see. Alright, that lock flume was really wet. By the way, it's really raining quite hard at this moment, so so it's quite okay to be wet from that water ride, because I'm already wet from the rain. Now, the app says there's only a 20-minute wait at Toutatis. I don't really believe it, but anyway, let's try out Toutatis. Hopefully not in the rain. Okay, change of plans. We had some food first because it was really raining really hard, and we didn't want to wait in line for Toutatis in the pouring rain. So now, third try, let's try to do this amazing ride, Toutatis. right, so we had 2 rides on Toutatis. For Wesley, it was his first time. He really enjoyed the ride. I do have to admit, in my memories, it was a lot more intense. It's still a very intense ride. It's such a great coaster with the swing launch and all the elements in the ride. It's just really an awesome ride, really awesome. I really love this one. I did it in the front now and somewhere at the back. It was really great. Overall, still one of my favorite coasters so far. But as you can see, we're waiting in line here for Trace Du Hourra, the bobsled coaster. Let's check it out. After an hour or more waiting in line for Trace Du Hourra, we finally did the bobsled ride. First of all, it's a very fun bobsled ride. It's a lot more fun than the one in Europa Park, in my opinion. But it's still enjoyable, but it's not really that spectacular. But we waited in line for more than an hour, which was way too long for this thing. It was pretty funny. The sign at the entrance said it would be 5 minutes. We stood in line for more than an hour, which was definitely not 5 minutes, but it was mostly also due to technical issues because it stopped working like 5 times or even more. I don't know. It was really crazy. But after many minutes of waiting, we finally got on the ride, and it was an enjoyable ride, but just not worth that long waiting time. Anyway, we're going for something more thrilling, something more fun, which is this one, Oziris, a B&M inverted coaster. A really great one. So I'm really looking forward to this one. And with that we did 2 more rides on Oziris, the B&M inverted coaster here. Really great one in my opinion. It's a fun layout. It's a very smooth one actually. It has some fun inversions, especially there's like one 0G roll at the back of the station building. You don't really see it if you're standing in front of it. But at the back of that station there's like a 0G roll, which is really fun actually in my opinion. But just the whole ride is fun. Is it the best inverted coaster I did? No, not at all. But it's a fun one. Now next one we're doing is another water ride, L'Oxygénarium, fun boat ride, not too wet, but it's a fun one. It's a bit the same as Bobby Drop at Bobbejaanland, which is not in the park anymore unfortunately. It used to be in Bobbejaanland. It was a fun ride. This one is like a bigger version of that one. It's a fun one, not very spectacular. Just fingers crossed, we're not too wet. After a fun ride on L'Oxygénarium, we're going straight for the back of the park again, because we're going to ride Tonnerre de Zeus again, the wooden coaster. We really enjoyed it at the beginning of the day, so we're going back for that one. Then afterwards we're going to do a ride we haven't done today yet, which is Pégase Express, a Gerslauer family coaster, very fun one. I'm looking forward to it because I really enjoyed that one. But first we're going for another ride on Tonnerre de Zeus. By the way, about L'Oxygénarium again, we were not that wet and it was fun, but I remembered it being a bit more fun maybe. But anyway, it was enjoyable, but nothing too spectacular. Here, by the way, you have a very nice view on Goudurix, which is a bit of a shame because it's a nice view on the coaster, but the coaster itself is crap. But anyway. By the way, today the park is also open till 10 in the evening. I've never been in this park for this long, but it's great to be in this park for that long because actually today it's quite a busy day. It's not as busy as we expected, but it's still quite busy. So I'm glad that we're able to stay quite long in this park because we still haven't done all rides yet, and it's already 7 o'clock, or maybe something later than 7 o'clock. I'm not exactly sure, but we still have to do Pégase Express. And then we're going back for another ride probably. So after Tonnerre de Zeus and Pégase Express, we're going for another ride on Toutatis probably. So we still have some really fun stuff to do. But first, Tonnerre de Zeus. Did we enjoy Tonnerre de Zeus? Look at that, look at that. Anyway, so Tonnerre de Zeus, we did it for the second time. It was still pretty rough. It was way rougher in my opinion than this morning. It's a fun layout, it's a fun coaster, but it's just pretty rough actually. So not the smoothest ride at all. Now we're going to, as I said earlier, we're going to ride Pégase Express, family coaster from Gurslav. A very fun one actually. So let's do this one. And after some fun rides on Pégase Express and Le Cheval De Troie, I don't know how to pronounce it. My French is really crappy, sorry. Anyway, we're going for another ride on, of course, the best coaster of this park, Toutatis. And with that, our last ride of the day here at Parc Astérix. I was going to say Cedar Point, but it's Parc Astérix. Toutatis is a really, really great coaster. I think I can safely say, in name of everyone here in my company, that Toutatis is by far the best ride here in this park, and it's still one of my favorite coasters in Europe or even in the entire world. There are a lot of great coasters in the world, but this one is really so good. The swing launch, the air time, the hang time, the inversions, the speed of it is just a really, really great coaster. And with that, we're also ending our day here at Parc Astérix, because we did last ride, obviously. It's 10 o'clock, closing time of the park. We had a very enjoyable day. We thought it would be very busy because it's a Saturday. It's the first time the park is open till 10. The weather, they said the weather would be kind of okay. It was, in the end, it was kind of rainy. But anyway, the crowds were mediocre. It was not too busy, so that was pretty okay. In the end, okay, there were some lines where we had to wait quite long, but in the end it was better than expected. We're going back to the car, back to Belgium, because we have to drive for another 3.5 hours again back home. But I'll see you again in the next video. See ya!